So in this video today, we are going to be talking about what are the best investing apps that are currently available right now to new investors. Now, before we get into that video, I just want to preface this really quick with a statement on my credibility on this topic, just because you may have no idea who I am and you might be wondering, what the heck do I know about these investing apps? Well, I've been reviewing investing apps here on my channel since 2018, and I also am the co-owner of an investing blog called Investing Simple, where I have personally spent hundreds of hours writing about and reviewing different investing apps, many of which I'm going to discuss in this video today. So I have a lot of experience with first-hand use with a number of these apps, and I've been reviewing them on my different platforms for about 2 years, so I would call myself one of the most credible people to be making one of these videos. And again, this is not to toot my own horn. I just wanted you guys to know that this information is not just coming out of my you-know-what. That being said, guys, this is not one of these videos where I expect you to watch the entire thing. So what I'm actually going to be doing is breaking it up into different sections based on what type of investing you are looking to do. So if you look down in the description below, I have different bookmarks for sections of this video where I discuss certain types of investing and then investing apps that are a good fit for that strategy. So that being said, I broke it up into a couple of different categories. The first category is dividend investing apps. The next category is investing apps for beginners. Category number 3 is investing apps for active traders. Category number 4 is passive investing apps. And then we have category number 5, which is real estate investing, and category number 6, which is cryptocurrency investing. Now, throughout this video, guys, I'm going to be sharing with you guys some screenshots and video footage of these apps themselves, many of which I actually use myself, so I'll be showing you my real portfolios as well. One last thing I want to mention here is if you do want to give back to me for putting this video together for you, I am affiliated with a couple of these different investing apps. So if you do use the links down in the description, I may earn a small commission in the process. I just like to be as transparent as possible with you guys about that affiliate relationship, but that in no way influences my opinion or thoughts of these different apps. So that being said, guys, let's jump into category number 1, which is dividend investing apps. All right, so coming in at number 1 on my list here is the dividend investing app that I personally use for my own investing, and that is a brokerage called M1 Finance. Now, I recently started a new series on my channel where I am building a $100,000 dividend stock portfolio from scratch, and I'm doing so with M1 Finance. So if you want to check out that series, I'll put a card in the corner, and I will link to it down in the description below. But that being said, guys, let me explain to you why M1 Finance is my top dividend investing pick. Basically, what I like about this is it's a portfolio-based investing platform, meaning you essentially pick what stocks you want to invest in or ETFs, and that is going to make up what is called your pie. Now, your pie will always add up to 100%, and each of these stocks or ETFs will be one slice of this pie. So, for example, you could set up a pie that was 20% Tesla stock, 70% Google, and then 10% VOO or the Vanguard 500 fund. Now, you might be asking yourself, how is that possible when all of these shares trade at different prices? And that is because M1 Finance offers something called fractional shares. So when you purchase shares of stocks or ETFs on this platform, you can buy as little as 1/10,000th of any of these shares, meaning that you don't have to worry about the price of these shares when you're purchasing. And that is a major headache when looking at stocks like Google or Amazon that trade for $1,000 to $2,000 or more per share. Beyond that, there's a couple more features that are pretty handy as well. They offer a portfolio level dividend reinvestment, which essentially what that means is when your portfolio earns a dividend, if that dividend exceeds $10 or pushes your cash balance above $10, it's going to be invested across your entire portfolio. They also offer an automated rebalancing feature, which is really helpful as well. So basically, you set your target allocations, and then when your portfolio gets out of whack, what they're going to do is when you add more money or take money out of that portfolio, they are going to rebalance it and get you back to your target allocations as close as possible. Beyond that, it's important to mention as well, they are 100% commission free. So you do not pay trading commissions, you don't pay paper statement fees, anything like that. They handle everything electronically, and as a result, they offer this commission free, and so they are making money, but they're doing it in a couple of different ways. That's a topic for another video, or I have a blog article on that topic I will drop down in the description below. As far as the minimum balances to get started, it is $100 to open up a traditional account or $500 to open up a retirement account, and the retirement accounts as well are fee-free and commission-free. One last feature I want to throw at you guys, they do offer something called Expert Pies, which are expert-built portfolios that are completely free to invest in. So if you're new to investing and you don't want to build a portfolio from scratch, you can invest in one of these portfolios for free. They have stock and bond allocations, they have target date retirement funds, and all kinds of different categories. So that is really helpful for beginners who may not know exactly how to build a portfolio. But from a dividend investing perspective, guys, because of that free portfolio level drip and the automated rebalancing and that portfolio-based investing model, in my opinion and my experience, I find it to be the best platform for dividend investors. Now, it is a little bit tough to get started with this app because it's a little bit different than most brokerages. So what I went ahead and did is I put together a free 30-minute video training on how to get started with M1 Finance. That's going to be down in the description below. I'll walk you guys through the process step by step of how to get started, how to open your account, build your portfolio. I'll walk you through that entire process. All right, so coming in at number 2 on my list here is a less common app known as First Trade, which you may or may not be familiar with. And it's funny because this is one of the oldest ones on my list here, originally dating back to 1985. So a couple of years ago, when these new investing apps were coming on the scene and switching to a commission-free model, well, First Trade, which was an online discount brokerage, decided to follow suit. They cut their fees and they began offering commission-free trading as well. So they kind of fell out of favor, but now they're growing in popularity again because they are more competitive. Now, one of the reasons why I love them for dividend investors is because they offer a stock-level dividend reinvestment for free, and as I said already, they do not charge any fees. So you can have your dividends automatically reinvested back into the issuing stock, and they will do so with fractional shares, which allows you to remain fully invested. So with M1 Finance, they invest your dividends across your entire portfolio, but with First Trade, they invest the dividend back into the issuing stock. Some people prefer that, some people prefer the portfolio level dividend reinvestment, but there's a free option there for both of these, based on what you prefer. Now, another thing to mention here is that First Trade also offers a really good options trading platform. Now, I personally do not trade options, but I know a lot of people do trade these investment vehicles, and so if you are looking for a good options trading platform, they are well known for that as well. A couple of other useful features here, they do offer extended trading hours for free, so you can trade before the market opens and after it closes. They also offer international accounts with support for over 14 different regions. For a full list of the countries supported, the link is down in the description below. Most, if not all, of these other options we are going to discuss are for US investors only. First Trade does have international account support. And then another area where First Trade shines is with the different educational tools that they offer investors. So they have a wide array of educational tools on the site, as well as research tools, a few examples being an online stock screener, and they give you free access to Morningstar investment reports, which is great for the more research-oriented fundamental investors. Another great benefit to First Trade is that they have a $0 minimum account balance, so you can literally open up a brokerage account with any amount of money. And then they also offer individual accounts, taxable accounts, they offer retirement accounts, and they also offer a variety of different business accounts, such as the SEP IRA. So they have a wide array of different accounts available, and they also have really good customer service. So they have not only email support, but they also have chat support and phone support as well, which is great for new investors who may have questions that they want to have answered. Now, one thing I will say is, as far as the mobile app goes, it's decent, but it could be better. They recently rolled out this app. I believe it was 2019 when they did. And so I think over time the app will get a lot better. But for now, the desktop platform is definitely much better. The app could use a little bit of work. It's not as beautiful and user-friendly as some of these newer cutting-edge investing apps. All right, and finally, coming in at number 3 on my list here under the category of dividend investing is the OG known as Charles Schwab. Now, Schwab basically had one of these stop the press moments last year when they came out and said they were going to be offering commission-free trading, which is really unheard of from this online discount brokerage industry. So now a lot of other brokerages have followed suit, but it was really unbelievable when they came out and did this. Now, that being said, I would say Charles Schwab is a good pick for intermediate dividend investors, and that's because the platform itself is a little bit overwhelming if you're a complete beginner. And I would definitely say First Trade and M1 Finance are a little bit more user-friendly, especially since I put together that free training on M1 Finance where I walk you guys through it step by step. Now, Charles Schwab pretty much has all of the other bases covered in terms of the features we discussed already. They have dividend reinvestment, they have portfolio rebalancing features, but they also have a couple of features above and beyond what the other two are offering. First of all, they offer 24/7 phone support, which you're not going to find with M1 Finance, and you're not going to find that with First Trade. And they also have over 300 branch locations where you can go in and deposit checks and handle some of that different banking required. So if those are features that matter to you, you may want to consider Charles Schwab because they will have better customer service that is more readily available to help you out. Now, another great feature offered by them is fractional shares. They announced at the end of 2019 that they would be adding this to their platform. So they have stock level dividend reinvestment, fractional shares, and rebalancing tools. They're just a little bit more complicated than maybe M1 Finance or First Trade or some of the other ones on our list. So I would say it is more of an intermediate pick than a beginner's pick for investing. All right, guys, so moving on, now we go to the next category, which is the apps for beginners. And you'll notice that I just have one on my list here, and that is because Robinhood has just simply put the best investing app out there for beginners. Some people may disagree with me on this, but as someone who was formerly a beginner to investing, that was one of the first apps I used as well. I also used Scottrade, and I remember when I switched from Scottrade to Robinhood, it was just so much easier for me to get started and understand this brokerage platform. That being said, guys, it is a little bit limited in terms of the features that they offer, but again, if you're a complete beginner just looking to get started, it is not going to be like, you know, drinking from a fire hose. It's very easy to understand how to use this app. Now, another great thing to mention here is that if you're interested in checking out the Robinhood Investing app and you use my link down in the description below, you actually get a completely free stock just for opening up an account that is valued anywhere from $2.50 per share up to $200. So just for signing up for this free app, you can get yourself a free stock, which is a really great feature, and it makes it kind of fun to get started with investing because you get to open up a free stock based on a lottery reward system. Now, Robinhood does also offer options trading. Personally, I've never used it. I've heard it's pretty good, and they also offer cryptocurrency trading. However, stick around to the end of this video when we talk about crypto apps because I do not recommend purchasing cryptocurrency through Robinhood, and I'll explain exactly why that is at the end of this video. Right now, they only offer whole share investing. However, they did announce that they will be adding fractional shares to the platform, but that has yet to be released. They just have a taxable individual account available right now, but they also mentioned in the future they will be offering retirement accounts, but we have no set date on when that will be. And they do not offer dividend reinvestment, and as far as I can tell, there are no plans to offer that in the near future. But that being said, for non-dividend investors who are brand new to investing, it is the easiest app for getting started. Down the road, you might outgrow it, and so all you would do is simply transfer your account to a different brokerage. They'll transfer your shares. You might incur a small fee, but it's a great app to get started with and to get your feet wet as a beginning investor. All right, moving on to the next category here, which is active trading. Again, you're going to notice I have just one option here because in my opinion, this is the best platform for active trading, and that is Webull. Now, I just want to preface this by explaining I'm not talking about day trading. Day trading is something I've never personally done. I don't know a lot about it. So for day trading, I don't actually think Webull is good for that, but I also don't know anything about day trading. It's totally different than investing, so we're not going to cover that in this video. By active trading, I mean somebody who is trading in and out of stocks on a regular basis, maybe a couple of trades per month. You buy a stock, you sell it a couple of weeks later. For this type of trading, if you're an intermediate trader, Webull is going to be your best bet in my opinion. And the best way to explain what Webull is, well, it's basically a more advanced version of Robinhood. They pick up where Robinhood leaves off in terms of the research tools. They offer different technical indicators and more advanced charting. And they also offer a really awesome feature, which is a free trading simulator. The entire app itself is free. There are no commissions whatsoever, no commissions with Robinhood either. But the trading simulator is a really cool feature because you get $1 million of fake money that you can invest with to practice investing or trading without risking your own money, and it also allows you to familiarize yourself with the platform. Now, personally, my favorite part about Webull is the very generous sign-up incentive. It's the best sign-up incentive I've seen from any of the different brokerages I have reviewed, and that is the free stock promotion. When you sign up for Webull, you can get not just one, but two completely free stocks. One when you open the account and then one when you fund the account. So you can potentially get two free stocks, and the value changes based on different promotions they are running. But I personally did this and I ended up getting a free share of Ford stock, which was worth around $9 per share. And I got a free share of Ambev, which was worth about $4. So I got $13 worth of free stocks just for opening up this account and putting some money in there. So in my opinion, that is well worth it. But I've also had people message me and say they got high value stocks because it's based on a lottery system and it's totally random. Now, just like with Robinhood here, guys, Webull does not offer dividend reinvestment. They do not offer retirement accounts, and they do not offer fractional shares. So that is why I don't recommend them when it comes to retirement investing or dividend investing. However, if you're somebody who's trading actively in and out of stocks and you're looking for more sophisticated data and research tools than what Robinhood has to offer, it is a great platform for that use case. All right, so moving on, now we are in the category of passive investing, and you will notice that I have 4 different apps to discuss in this category, 2 of which we have already mentioned already, but they're also actually a really good fit for passive investing as well. If you're not familiar with what passive investing is, this is like ETF investing, where you're just buying index funds and adding more money over time and dollar cost averaging, rather than trading in and out of stocks and being more actively involved. Now, the first app I want to talk about under the category of passive investing is the robo-advisor Betterment. I just want to make sure you guys are aware of this though. Every other app we have talked about so far is 100% commission free and fee free. Betterment does charge a small fee for their advisement, and that is a 0.25% annual asset management fee, or if you have over $100,000, they have a plan that is 0.4% asset management fee. And that's pretty common here with these robo-advisors. Pretty much all of them charge some type of annual fee because they are building you a customized investment portfolio. Now, these robo-advisors are basically for people who don't want to be actively involved with their portfolio. They don't want to pick stocks. They don't want to rebalance a portfolio. They don't want to learn portfolio allocation. They don't want to be actively, messing around or tinkering with their portfolio. They just want to give somebody their money, have them invest that money, and then continue to add money to this portfolio over time. Now, the robo-advisor basically is offering similar services to a financial advisor, but just at a fraction of the cost. So what they simply do here is when you sign up for the app, they ask you a quick questionnaire about what you're investing for, what your goals are, and things of that nature. And based on your answers to those questions, they curate you an investment portfolio consisting of ETFs or exchange-traded funds. Now, for the most part, they use two fund companies, Vanguard and BlackRock, which are very well-known fund companies that have very low expense ratios. So these are great funds to be investing in terms of the small expense ratio that you do pay. Now, another great thing about Betterment is that they do offer fractional shares, so your money remains fully invested. They also have no minimum account balance, so you can literally get started with $5 if you wanted to, just to test out the platform. So that is one of the great things here, because if you go to a financial advisor and you ask them to invest a small sum of money, most of them won't do it because it's just not worth it for them. However, since Betterment and other robo-advisors handle this electronically, they're able to work with much smaller accounts. Now, Betterment also offers a high-yield savings account, which is great for your emergency fund. So if you have some cash on the sidelines that you're saving up for a major purchase like a car or a home, or you just have an emergency fund, this is a great option as well. For a current update on that yield, go ahead and click the link down in the description below. But most of the times that I have checked, it is oftentimes higher than what Ally Bank and competitors are offering in terms of APY. And then finally, Betterment also has a wide variety of different account types. So if you're looking for like a trust account or something like that, a SEP IRA, they have a wide variety of accounts that you may not be seeing elsewhere. So if you're looking for something that's harder to find, you may be able to find that account type here with Betterment. So it's a great pick here for somebody who is totally hands-off. They just want someone to manage their money for them, and they don't want to pay high fees to a financial advisor. All right, number 7 on my list here is one that is very popular with millennials. It is a robo-advisor called Acorns, and they're famous for the spare change roundup investing strategy. So essentially what Acorns can do for you is you link it to your bank account, it tracks your spending, and on every single purchase, they round that money up and invest it into a diversified portfolio for you. So for example, if you made a purchase that was $1.55, they would take 45 cents and invest it for you. So as I'm sure you can guess, this type of brokerage is designed for somebody who is pretty lazy, or they're forgetful, or they're just bad at saving money. So somebody who struggles with saving money, this is kind of a pain-free system where they just take a little bit of money every single week and invest that on your behalf. Now, it's important to mention Acorns does charge a fee for this, and it ranges from $1 to $3 per month based on what plan that you choose. They do offer retirement accounts, but that is going to cost you more per month. Now, the one issue I have with this fee structure is that if you do have a small account, you're paying a much higher fee. For example, if you just had $100 invested with them and you're paying $1 per month as a fee, over the course of 1 year, you're paying 12% in fees, which is astronomical. So I do not recommend Acorns if you have a very small amount of money to invest. But if you have a lot of money to invest, that fee can be quite reasonable. Now, as far as the investments go, they also invest your money in these ETFs, and they offer just 5 different portfolios that range from conservative to aggressive. So in terms of the portfolios, the mix isn't really that great. They don't really have a ton of options, but if you don't really care about that, they have aggressive to conservative portfolios and a couple in between. Another cool feature that they offer is a type of reward system, and they have about 200 different companies they partner with, and what they offer you is a percentage of your purchase kicked back to you and put into your portfolio. So for example, I saw they ran a promotion here with Nike, and 5% of your Nike purchase was kicked back to you and invested into your Acorns account, which is kind of a cool feature, especially around the holidays. You know, you can get an additional kickback or incentive while you're doing your shopping for other people. So this app is really just designed for forgetful, lazy investors or those who are just bad at saving money. So it's no surprise why it's so popular among millennials. But again, my issue with it is that fee structure is a little bit high for small accounts, and they offer just 5 portfolios, which is quite limited. Now, that being said, guys, I want to go back and talk about M1 Finance and Charles Schwab because they both are also great options for passive investing as well. We mentioned this earlier that M1 Finance offers about 30 of these expert portfolios that are going to be completely free to invest in. They have different categories, including stock and bond allocations, conservative to aggressive portfolios, target date retirement funds, hedge fund followers, and other unique portfolios such as socially responsible investing. So if you want to invest in a pre-built portfolio for free, M1 Finance offers that feature on their platform. Also, Charles Schwab offers a free robo-advisor called Schwab Intelligent Portfolios. The only downside is there is a minimum investment of $5,000, but essentially it's a 100% free robo-advisor. You answer a questionnaire and Schwab will build you a custom portfolio that you can invest in for free. So that's another great option there for you if you want to follow a more passive investing strategy. All right, moving on to the next category here, we have real estate investing platforms. Now, personally, I invest in both physical real estate and I invest in passive real estate online through the Fundrise investing platform. Now, there's a number of reasons why I've chosen Fundrise as opposed to just purchasing a REIT. I outlined a lot of those answers in this free ebook I put together on crowdfunded real estate investing for beginners that I will link up down in the description below. It's kind of above and beyond the scope of this video. I know it's going to be a long one, but I don't want to drag it out unnecessarily. So I provided a lot of those answers down in the description below in that free ebook. And it's also important to note here that Fundrise does charge a 1% annual fee to the investors, but if you do look at the returns quoted on their site, those returns are net of or after fees, and the returns so far have been very solid. So what is Fundrise exactly? It is a private real estate investing platform where you basically have 3 different portfolio options. You have a growth plan, a balanced plan, or you have an income-oriented plan, and you can invest your money into these real estate portfolios that hold a collection of different real estate all across the United States. Now, the minimum to get started, they have a $500 starter portfolio, or for the advanced plans I just talked about, it is a $1,000 minimum investment, and I personally invest in that balanced investing plan. Now, a few quick reasons here why I chose Fundrise over a traditional publicly traded REIT. First of all, there is typically less correlation between private real estate investments and public real estate investments because public real estate investments tend to do the same thing as the stock market because they trade on the same exchange. There's also less volatility because people can't just buy and sell these things as quickly as they can with a publicly traded investment. And you also have greater transparency with Fundrise and some of these other platforms because you can log in and see exactly what you're investing in, whereas with a REIT, you would have to look into the prospectus and do some digging to figure out what exactly it is that you are buying. Now, that being said, you do have to be familiar with the liquidity risk here, and that is essentially that liquidity is not guaranteed. So if you're looking to cash out from Fundrise, they offer a quarterly redemption period. However, redemption is not guaranteed, and there are early redemption fees if you cash out before the 5-year mark. So if you are considering Fundrise, do not invest unless you have a minimum time horizon of 5 years or more. But that being said, I've been investing with them for about 1.5 years now. I just ramped up my investment to $2,000 per month, and I've been very happy with it. But you got to really understand what this investing platform is, if it's a good fit for you. And if you want to check it out, I have a full video review where I talk more about Fundrise. I'll put up in the corner, and I'll drop a link down in the description below. All right, so finally the last category here is cryptocurrency investing, and I personally recommend and use the investing app called Coinbase. They do charge fees, but it's based on how much cryptocurrency you are buying. I'll pop up the fee structure on the screen just so you guys can see it. But personally, what I do is I purchase my Bitcoin through Coinbase, and then I immediately transfer it over to a hardware wallet to store it offline. Now, that being said, here's the reason why I do not recommend using Robinhood for trading cryptocurrencies. That is because Robinhood does not let you transfer your crypto out of your account. Whereas with Coinbase, as soon as you buy your Bitcoin and it's in your wallet, you can transfer it to an external wallet and store it offline. And if there's anything we have learned in the past couple of years about cryptocurrency, it's that you do not want to store it in the exchange. It's also important to know here that Robinhood does not offer any kind of insurance if your cryptocurrency was stolen. So if you had a bunch of cryptocurrency in Robinhood and that cryptocurrency was stolen, you're out of luck. There's no insurance in place because SIPC does not insure cryptocurrency. So if you're going to do it, you gotta do it right here, guys. Get a hardware wallet. I use and recommend the Ledger Nano S. Buy your Bitcoin and store it offline. And I've personally used Coinbase for the last 2 years, and I'm fine with it. I like it. I recommend it. The fees aren't too bad, but it's just better than buying it and leaving that Bitcoin sitting in an exchange where it could potentially be stolen and you would just be completely out of luck. Now, if you want to grab some free Bitcoin, guys, if you use my link down in the description below and sign up for Coinbase, you will get $10 of free Bitcoin when you buy $100 worth. So you can get an immediate 10% ROI on your investment completely free. So anyways, guys, that's going to wrap up this video. I hope you enjoyed it. These are the best apps out there, in my opinion, right now. If you want to do more research on these, feel free to jump over to my blog, investingsimple.com, where I have in-depth articles on most of these apps and brokerages discussed. And the other thing I want to mention here as well, you don't have to fully commit to any one of these because you can have more than one investing account. I have like 10 of them because I review these different apps, but you can try them out, see if they're a good fit for you, and if they're not, you can keep looking and trying different apps. Like I said, if you want to support me for putting this video together, feel free to use those links down in the description below. But thanks so much for watching, guys, and I hope to see you in the next video.